Hey everyone, welcome back to the weekly reading. This is for the week of April 27th through to May 3rd. Okay, so this week there's a few things going on. Just before I talk to you all about the astrology for the week ahead, I want you to look at the crystals here. So lately what I have been doing is slightly different to today. I usually do pick a element based on your astrology, rising or sun sign. I'm doing it differently this week. I'm going back to what I used to do, and this is not always that I'm going to be doing this, but I just go with my intuition with everything. So pick a crystal. Now go with your intuition when you pick the crystal. You're not necessarily just going to go based on what you like. Like for me, I love rose quartz, but I may not choose that. I would go more to what my gut feeling was pulling me towards. So that's how I want you to choose for most accuracy for you. This one here is a gorgeous blue goldstone. Can't really see it that well, but there's a lot of sparkles in it. Partially man-made crystal, but they still have influences. I love working with that crystal. Anyway, the next one is a very small but beautiful piece of citrine. Little mini cluster there, or mini point rather. And this one is the beautiful rose quartz heart. And the last one is actually a Smokey quartz seer stone. Okay, so there's 4 to choose from. Pick one. And now I'm going to talk about the astrology. So I'll also say, if you'd like to book a reading, the link to my online store is below the video, as always. I'm pretty booked up at the moment, so please be aware that if you do book a reading, unless you book an urgent one or a live video chat reading, the turnaround time for those is a lot faster. So the urgent readings is 24 to 48 hours. The live video chat, I usually get that organised with you on a Zoom meeting within about 4 to 5 business days. If you book it on a Friday, I won't be able to do it on the weekend. I'll be able to do it the next Monday for you, for example. So, and obviously, if you're in a part of the world where the time zone is very different to me in Sydney, Australia, it can be a little bit of a juggle to make it match up. But normally, I've been able to, have Zoom or Skype meetings with people in many different countries. So, but generally speaking, for other readings, 7 to 14 business days, because I do have quite a few customers in line, and so I like to get through the customers one by one in terms of, timing. And I also don't like to rush readings. I like to take my time because I like to give everyone a really quality reading. Okay, so moving on, astrology this week. What are the energies going on? Well, we still have Sun in Taurus, of course. So the thing this week is similar to last week. The Sun is still conjunct with Uranus. Now, last week you may have experienced, especially if you've got Taurus in your chart somewhere, or Scorpio, or Leo, or Aquarius, some unpredictable events or unexpected flare-ups happening when Uranus and the Sun conjunct in that fixed energy. It can be some sudden disruptive energy. So we still have that influence this week, so it's a little bit around this week. So you may be feeling a bit of that anxiety, especially if you're an early degree Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius, up to around 7-8 degrees in particular, because Uranus is affecting you as well. So but the Sun and Uranus together is pretty intense energy. So be aware this week there's still this unpredictability around. It is important to remain grounded in your physical body, connected with nature at this time, because there's a lot of, when Uranus triggers energy like this, there's a lot of thinking energy going on. It might be a bit too much and it can cause anxiety. Now, one good thing that I like this week is Mercury is moving out of Aries, combative Aries, into more peace-loving Taurus. Okay, so Taurus like Libra, they like balance and harmony. They don't like conflict. They don't like, too much disruptive energy. Though that said, in one way we may benefit by having, with Mercury and Taurus, getting out in nature more. We may know, okay, I need to get outside. We may feel more of a pull to that with Mercury being in Taurus this week. But again, Mercury is going to be, connecting with Uranus as it moves forward. So again, the mind can be feeling a bit anxious as that happens, and as we go further into this week and next week. Other key stuff is we have Pluto going retrograde this week. So Pluto will go retrograde. Well, it actually started, last, like on the weekend, just gone, okay? And it'll be retrograde between the degrees of 24 to 22 of Capricorn. The signs mostly affected by this, most intensely affected, first and foremost Capricorn. So if you're a Capricorn sun, moon or rising, you're going to feel this energy very intensely on you as a pressure, as a need to sort of really look at your resources, because it's Capricorn, to look at your reality, the structure of your life, and how you can make your reality more empowering for you, and in an authentic way. Okay, so not, you know, power over others, but empowering within your own life. And the Pluto retrograde is happening for quite a number of months, all the way through to October 5th, when it goes direct. Now, there's issues with Pluto retrograde that will come to your attention to do with your personal power, how you use it in the world, and how you use it in regards to other people. Because Pluto's in Capricorn, it's going retrograde, it may bring up issues and feelings to do with anything to do with power, how you use power, how much power you have in your life, especially related to finances and money, because of the Capricorn sign that it's in, and also to do with authority figures. So people that seem to have some authority around you, how you have your authority over your own life, power struggles with authority. And it's a lot of sort of self-analysis when Pluto goes retrograde, because it brings the energy of Pluto transformation and rebirth and issues around finances and resources very much internal to yourself, and it brings them closer to your attention so that you can look into things and reflect on things a bit more, analyze things a bit more internally, quietly within yourself, to understand how you're going to move forward with these aspects of your life when Pluto does go direct again, October 5th. Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is positive for you, more positive for you, and less tumultuous if you have Taurus or Virgo. So it's benefiting the Taurians and the Virgos. It is, because of a trine aspect, it is giving a positive sextile, which is not as influential as a trine, but it's still very helpful to Pisces and Scorpio. What's the other thing? And it is challenging Aries, Cancer and Libra people the most, as well as Capricorn. So yeah, the Pluto retrograde brings these issues in our life that are all wrapped up to do with power to our attention in a very internal way. It is a time to self-reflect. It is a time to look within. Some people may want to get rid of old things, like, because Pluto is about purging, and especially, you know, if you're a Capricorn, especially, you can tend to hoard items or physical objects. That's a Capricorn thing. Not all Capricorns do that, but a lot do. Or some people with Mars and Capricorn do that. Some people with Moon, you know, Sun, tend to hold on to physical items, as well as Taurians can do that too, but it's not as much of an issue as with Capricorn. So if you have been looking around you and going, I'm surrounded by things and they're not making me happy, well, guess what? During Pluto retrograde, perfect time to purge them out, sell old things, get rid of things that, you know, it sometimes is a false concept that if we're surrounded by material things, we actually feel secure. But we're looking at, where is your authentic security with Pluto retrograde? Where is your authentic sense of your inner strength? You know, not about power over others, but the power that you have within you, that you use for yourself in an authentic way to help you feel strong. So that's what it's about, and it's quite a deep energy when it goes within. It will facilitate change in the retrograde for some people. In particular, if you have Pluto retrograde in your natal chart, it will be, you know, a time of change for you in a positive sense. If you don't have Pluto retrograde, it's more forcing you to look within yourself. Okay. And I'm just saying, was there anything else that I had for this week? There's always other influences, but those are the main things that I wanted to talk about. Was the Mercury moving to Taurus from Tuesday, and Sun still conjunct with Uranus, which can be causing some anxiety for some people. And it is a good time to, as I said, get grounded, get out in nature if you can. Go for a daily walk. I'm going to be going for my walk soon today. I can't wait. All right, so let's look at the cards. If you chose the blue Goldstone, here's your messages. Ooh. Oh, and the cards, I have a tarot card by Lisa Parker, which is the Tarot Familiars, and you guys have the Nine of Pentacles. It's a good card. You have Hunger, which is from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and Chakra Insight Oracle. You have Grounding. Interesting, I was just talking about grounding. Getting out in nature. So if you chose the blue Goldstone, your messages very strongly about connecting with nature and your authentic personal physical energy. There's a very strong physical energy coming through, so you may need to release energy and stress, by doing physical things. Look at that wolf howling at the moon. That's just very intense right there. It's a 29, which is a master number 11, which is about self-mastery. So if you have a lot of built-up energy and possibly even some anger or issues related to passion, intensity, a primal sort of energy coming up, this is, and it could be even sexual energy for some people, this is asking you to release that by getting out in nature and going for a run, howling at the moon. If you need to, getting out, even go for a walk at night if you feel comfortable, if you feel safe, and maybe with another person even. But it's like tapping into that very physical and visceral part of yourself to express that part of yourself rather than being stuck in your head. The Nine of Pentacles is a very good card, and if you have something like your own business, this is a really good omen for you about putting your passion into your own business. This is the root chakra here with the 6 card with the red here and the grounding energy, and there's a strong message about nature here, but there's also a message about abundance and creativity, stability through something creative that you're doing, that you're like might be a skill of yours that you can, an ability that you can use to manifest more abundance this week. But there's definitely an energy of releasing a lot of pent-up energy this week if you chose that. It may be stress energy for some people, but this is a very nice card. You know, the Nine of Pentacles is a card of actually also spending time on your own. And it's interesting, we have lone figures here. So we have this person alone, the lone wolf, and this is a card of a person spending time on their own. So it may not be a bad thing if you're on your own this week to get some time to think and process things rather than sort of maybe communicating too much with others. Like when I say communicating too much, you know, if you've been texting a lot of people or talking about a lot of things, that you need to kind of reflect on more rather than sort of, you know, sometimes we need to actually stop talking and talk with our inner self and work stuff out with our inner self. And that's more what I'm getting here for you if you chose that. Okay. So moving on to the Citrine. So you guys have choice. Free will, courage, willpower, and change. Protection. That's a nice card. And, oh wow, the Lovers. Okay, that's eerie. I'm going to put these two together because the Lovers card is about making a choice, and so is this card. So there's a double whammy message here about choices, and choices in a relationship and choices in love, or a choice needing to be made. And this card I'm getting, for some people, this is a message about fear of not being protected if you have to make a decision about a relationship, fear that you may be on your own, or fear that you won't have the security that you've had before. That's for some people that are in a situation or a relationship where they've been thinking, what am I going to do about this situation? I might need to break free and be on my own. But then again, I feel protected here. I'm in my comfort zone. Look at that picture of the woman just curled up in that little nest with the bird. But that bird looks like it's being quite weighed down by that security, and it's almost like I'm getting the impression from this card that bird can't really maintain this flight much longer, is what I'm getting. And something needs to be worked out here, and I do get a double message that you will be protected for those people that are in a situation that they want to change relationship-wise. Let me just see what other messages there are for other people here. I am getting a message for others about courage, and it is also connected to relationship or a relationship issue. So it may be that you need to use your free will more in a situation, because this card says free will and courage and change and willpower. So there is a need for you to, rather than being passive, use your communication, because this is Gemini, to express yourself in a situation where there are choices or decisions that need to be made within the context of a relationship. It could be any kind of relationship. It may not be just, you know, a love relationship or a partnership, or, you know, it could be family relationship, family dynamics, a friendship. There's something here of using your voice and expressing yourself, and you are protected, but it's almost like you need to be a bit more courageous. Courage says there, and I feel that. Sorry about the noise outside, guys. Some construction that I'm always dealing with out there, which is frustrating, but there's nothing I can do about that. Next one is the Rose Quartz. Ooh, sexuality, interesting. Openness, sharing, beauty, honor, the Void, and the Knave of Cups. I'm just going to see if I can close that window. I don't know if it's closed. Yeah, it is closed. It's very loud. Okay, I don't know if it comes out as loud on camera, but let's go through these cards. So All right, so there's something about maybe feeling a little bit alone because of the void card. The woman's on her own here, and then there's something about a relationship energy here. So I do feel there's a dynamic of trying to make a decision between, do I go forward to this connection or do I stay on my own, the one and the void? And for some people, it could be loneliness in terms of love, relationship, and feeling like you are trying to connect with someone or wanting to connect in a relationship, or feeling like you don't have what you want. But this is a very positive omen to have the Knave of Cups. It shows that there is something new. I get the word birth here, so it could be the birth of a new relationship after a time of feeling like something was not moving at all, and that you were in a void of, you know, silence, confusion, disconnection, or no contact with somebody potentially, or you're not feeling like you're connecting with somebody that you want to connect with in a relationship if you're in one already. But the Knave of Cups can be a child's presence. It can be, you know, the spirit of a child. It can be the birth of a child for some people. It can be forward momentum in a relationship, even if it's very, you know, incremental or small, because it's a Knave of Cups, so it's just a small offer. So it's almost like, I want to say for some people it could be an olive branch, so to speak, in a relationship after a time of uncertainty or confusion or nothing much happening. But it does show that things are going to be picking up in a relationship if you've picked the rose quartz. All right, and the last one is the Seer, the Smoky Quartz Seer Stone. And we have the King of Pentacles. That's a beautiful card with the two wolves there and the full moon. Self-reflection. Interesting. I was talking about that with the Pluto retrograde energies this week. Very interesting card there. And intelligence. Okay. So I feel like there's communication with someone around you. With the King of Pentacles, either this represents you or someone close to you that can help you to see yourself in a deeper way. And the intelligence card is about looking at things more analytically and internally. For some people, there could be something about study here and knowledge, because the books and, you know, the message here about knowledge, education, perception, flexibility. There's definitely something here about understanding that, you know, people have different perceptions on things because of this self-reflection card. We are looking within with this energy, and we're using our minds to sort of analyze things a little bit and try to understand some complex issues perhaps that have been going on in your life that have needed you to sort of go within more. For some people, there could be some knowledge coming to you about something that you didn't know, some information that you didn't have before. It could be coming through from someone that's a male person here. Or you could be hearing from somebody soon that can help you understand things in your life in a deeper way. But for you guys that chose the Smoky Quartz, it's almost like you're processing some difficult things, I'm getting, on an internal level this week, that is helping you to understand yourself and other people a bit more deeply. And I'm actually getting, with the water here, like a sense of surrender and release and letting things go rather than harping on them too much in your mind. Because it's almost like with this card, there is an element for some people of overthinking things, and it's just getting a bit too much in your head. And you really need to sort of flow like water and just be more in the moment of your life rather than processing things so much on the mental level. And there may be someone coming in this week that can help you understand things more deeply, or give you a different perspective. Perception is what I was trying to say. Perspective and perception are keywords for you guys this week. Thanks for watching, you guys. Have a fantastic week ahead, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.